Let's go.
Maybe you'll ride with us today. Big deal. And I think every major turn, wait for me. Like I will wait. Then you know.
It's around 7:30 a.m. and we are nearly all down and getting the bike set up, and that's the normal morning routine on the Black Dog rides. We try and ride out between 7:30 and 9 a.m. depending on how long we're going to be on the road most days, and that means that the hotels arrange breakfast for us earlier if we're not within their normal breakfast hours. Or on the odd occasion where we don't have a hotel that's supplying breakfast, then we get breakfast on the road. But 9 times out of 10, breakfast is at the hotel that we're staying at. When we have a mechanic on the trip, and most trips nowadays we do have a mechanic, you don't need to worry about the maintenance of your bike. You just need to let him know what the issues are during the day or at the end of the day, and then he'll take care of them overnight, and as well as do all the lubrication and bike maintenance that needs to be done. So you can really just step up onto the bike in the mornings and go. Being that this is the first day of the ride, where we're actually on the road, what we didn't know was that Than, the mechanic, turned off all the fuel stock petcocks on the bikes, which is pretty normal, so they don't run out if they're defective overnight. So you'll see later on when we fire the bikes up, a few guys had a few issues trying to get them up and running, but we soon got that sorted and good to go. Each day we have a different lead and sweep, and the lead's job, is pretty self-explanatory. Their job is to be at the front and take the group where it needs to go, and the sweep's job is to be at the back and to round up any stragglers during the day and make sure that no one gets left behind. So normally each morning there's a short 5-minute talk by the lead for that day, just letting people know what to expect and how things are going to run under their leadership for the day, and everyone gets ready, and then we're all good. encounter our first bit of dirt for this trip, first of many bits of dirt for this trip. 10 years ago, nearly all the roads were dirt. Now there's a lot of upgrading taking place, but the more remote you get, the less upgrading there is. One of the most important things, obviously, while we're on the road each day is to make sure that we're fueled up on the bikes. This can be very important when you have tanks the size of the ones that are on these bikes in Cambodia. And here, some of us forgot to fuel up in the morning, and so they are using the little roadside tank to 44-gallon drum with the handheld crank to top up, so we can get all the way through to the next fuel stop, official fuel stop, which is obviously a service station. So It's important every morning we try and fuel up if we haven't fueled up the night before. It's preferable that just before we get to the hotel each night we fuel, but sometimes that's not a possibility, so we look at refueling first thing in the morning. And when we fuel, we go in as a group and everyone fuels, and the last guy in the group, he pays for everyone, and that speeds the whole process up rather than everyone handing over money separately. Not that they need to, because it's all included in the ride fee on the Black Dog rides. You're all in white, Nitty. White top, white bike.
Oh yeah.
Kung Fu fighting.
The mic's pretty far back.
You what?
The mic is really far back.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll make him happy.